now everyone, just about to check the calves, but this is going to be a bit weird. It's weird for me anyways, it might be as weird for ye. This bit has been filmed after the next bit you're going to see. Yeah, this bit has been filmed after the next bit you're going to see, because while I was putting out the last diet feed, I realised there was a few other things I should have mentioned when I was doing the bit you're going to see next. It kind of just makes your mind go when you, especially when I start thinking about it. I don't know if you really realise, but it really does make my brain go. But anyways, just what I wanted to say, on the live stream that was today, what do you think of it? Do you think it was worthwhile? And please be honest. I don't mind if you want to tell me it was absolute SH1T. That doesn't bother me, because I was happy enough with the video quality, but the audio quality, it was like it was on a phone. When I watched it back afterwards, I got hard to understand myself. The internet mustn't have been great. It was very laggy, and it kept breaking and jumping. When I used the walkie-talkies, that seemed to just play hell with it altogether. But do you think it was worthwhile? It is something that I probably will do again further down the line, but I'll try and be a bit more prepared and hopefully have better signal or better internet, which fingers crossed. I can't really say much more. We're in a black spot when I have one internet provider and they charge an absolute arm and a leg, and it's absolutely SH1T. It's just, we're the wrong side of a bit of a hill. That is literally the height of it now. But anyways, it was actually, my original plan was to do a live stream with my father, but he just wasn't feeling up to it that hour of the night, so I said I'd do it by myself, and then it didn't work, and I did in the tractor and wasn't over great on the phone. Not over sure why that was. I thought the audio quality should have been better, but it wasn't. But anyways, further down the line, maybe in April or in a month's time, I might on a Sunday sit down with my father. We might do a live Q&A session in his house. Maybe we might have better internet, might go a little bit better. But that's just something. If you think it was worthwhile, a thumbs up or something. And if you thought, look, it was a waste of time, please let me know, because I'd like to know these things to know whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And I don't mind if you want to tell me it's absolute SH1T, because I wasn't over happy with it myself. But anyways, also just on something you're going to see later on, when I was walking through the shed, there was one calf, 2 ears hanging nearly straight down, 1504. Just in case, or before someone says a comment about the calf being maybe sick, that calf, I've given him a full clinical check, no scours, no draws, drinking 100%, not having to be put in, drinking greedily, showing absolutely no signs of anything. So we assume it's a case of the tag. Sometimes where the calf has been tagged can get infected. Sometimes they can hit a tendon and it causes the ear to go droopy. It's unusual to see the 2 ears, but he's no signs of any illnesses, so we assume it's something down on them lines. That's one of the reasons why with the few calves that don't have VAD tags and we have to put in the little transponders, that we cable tie them and we don't actually put in our button in the ear, because it reduces the chance of another problem. So anyways, that's something you might see later on, just so you know, before you go down in the comments and tell me you have a sick calf. That calf, he's fine, they're not lost in him. I should have mentioned it when I seen him, but I didn't. But anyways, neither here nor there. We'll get into the rest of this. I'll stop ranting and raving, and yeah, I may go back out and try this last day feeder so we can get home. Actually, we have to go bedding next. We'll have that in and then push in, and then maybe sort some cattle out for maybe trying to get out if the weather settles. I don't know what we're doing. It could be a long night, normally is, but we'll get into the rest of the video. So now everyone, we're just in the calf shed now for a bit of a calf update, just for the end of the Throwback Thursday video, just to let you know what's going on with the 10 calves. So I mean, we torch here because we're a bit short on lighting in the shed, and it's always handy to have just a torch for reading tag numbers. So here's one of our calves, 699. Oh Christ, I'm struggling. Some of the names I can remember, some of them absolutely struggle to remember. 699 is Dennis. So Dennis is alright. Literally all the calves have been 110% except for one. We'll see if we can find them. 695 Paul, calf Paul. We should be able to find him. He's normally not too far, but he has been quite sick now for a couple of days, so he's normally lying around here somewhere. But all in all, calves are doing very, very well. We have 120 calves on the feeder at the minute, and absolutely flying it. Except for we had Paul had a touch. He's not just right. If we can find him now, I'll show you what I mean. But he's not just 100%. He has improved. He had scoured out. We had a small bit of a nutritional scour there for a while, and near the majority of the calves after going on to the milk replacer. It's just something that happens. But he stuck with it. As I was saying, I think last video you've seen him, he kind of kept with it quite bad for a while, but he's dried up now, and he very dull of himself one of the days, and seemed to be get a touch of pneumonia, bit of a blow on him. So he stuck an injection in him, stuck an Entron in him, and he seems to improve now. I found him here now, so I don't know how well you can see. Yeah, you can see too, not too bad. So there he is there, 695. That's Paul. That's one of the original calves. Oh, come on, you get over there. Leave the poor boy alone. So we'll get him up. So come on, Sucky. So just something for anyone that's had calves. A handy way getting a calf to get up is if you rub them on the back and rub them a bit hard. Just rub them nice and hard in an upward motion, and it normally gets them up. But as you can see there, he's a bit raky of himself. So he is. This is the first day now in I think the last 3 days where he's fully fed himself. We haven't had to put him in. Once I gave him that shot, he seemed to really pick up after it. But he's a bit raggy of himself. He's, you can kind of see the bones protruding. He's just, you'd know something had been wrong with him. So the next time my girlfriend is going shopping, she's going to buy some probiotics, Yakult. It was something we were just reading online to see could it help him stick a good bacteria in his gut. I might give him a bit of hand to improve his condition, like this calf here. No, lost in that calf. But yeah, no, other than Paul, the rest of them, to be perfectly honest, apart from Paul, Lenny, we had some trouble with Lenny. He was a bit of a pet there for a while. You had to be putting the feeder twice a day, but now you never really see him. He's feeding away himself, and in a way it's kind of a good thing to not be able to remember the calves' names, because it means that they're not giving me any trouble. So apart from Paul, that is literally the only thing. Lenny is doing well. There's Lenny there, 721. Not lost him. Just them few days where he's being a bit of a pet, he had to be fed. And we do have one of our Belgian blues now, not blue, not 1521, our stronger blue calf. He's a bit down in the dumps. Had a bit of a blow this morning, giving her injection, and she's just not feeding, no scour or anything, but just a little bit of a blow. So I did give her an injection, and she's feeding away. I have to put her in, and she feeds away, not a bit of bother, but just not over happy with that. But other than that, every other calf in the place doing 110%, absolutely flying it. I'm very, very happy with how everything is going. Last batch of calves come in the day before yesterday. Brought to, I think I said already, 120 calves in the feeder. We're grand for space. As much as my father does say he walked the shed today, but he had been saying that he might want us to, or he wanted to extend the hay shed, take out my tractor and take out the bales and give them more space. But he walked the shed today and he realized that there's as much as there's a lot of calves can stand up waiting to be fed, once you get down the shed, there is divil the loss on them. But no, they're doing very, very well now. We're very happy with them. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. So we're just doing the diet feeding now. It's, I don't know, is it 10 o'clock or quarter to 10 or something like that. We've a couple more diet feeders to put in. This is kind of what we call the night shift. Spread slurry all day and then come home and look after all the cattle, look after all the calves. Liv checks the calves when she gets back from work, and normally gives us a hand when they I'll put it like this. This evening, with the last diet feeder, while I was waiting for it to be filled, I come in and look at this calf trying to play. What's wrong with you? But it was just when I'm waiting for the last day feeder to fill, I had 3 calves. There was 3 calves in here that I had to put in. It's just the way I checked them. Some of the videos in the future I'll go and I'll explain how I check them and a bit on the feeder and that some of the nights. But yeah, not much else to say. Calves are doing very, very well. Very happy with them, except for 695. He just needs to be watched, but he has improved a Holy Terror. And then just the Belgian Blue, then we'll just keep an eye on her. She shouldn't get any worse. I can't see that happening. She should be all right. Just whatever little upset she has, but other than that, everything's going pretty well. So yeah, just on another thing with the calves, for anyone that is interested, I set up a dairy beef WhatsApp group just for sharing information and ideas and that for people that are in dairy beef or interested in getting into it. Just, it's one of the best ways I always found of learning new stuff is by talking to people who have already done it. It's just the best way of learning, and it's doing fierce well. I'm very happy with how the WhatsApp group is doing. So yeah, if you're interested in joining that, please go down into the description down below and find my business email there, and just give me an email, a little bit about yourself, where you're from and that. It's open to anyone, not just in Ireland, UK, wherever you are. The more the merrier. The more people that's on it, the more opinions and little tidbits you might get. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this video and the Throwback Thursday clip before. I still haven't decided what's in it yet. Talking in hindsight is great. So yeah, I may go back out. I think I haven't heard the teleport move in a while, so the dive feeder could be ready to be filled. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, check out my description down below for merch and all of them other usual bits and bobs. That is it for me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck.